Hello everyone, this is Papigno. I will try to explain you how to use my Stadium Server application today. So you have two options to open the application. The first one is to follow the last step of the installation process. What you can do is simply double click on the R shortcut. You go to change directory, you navigate toward where you installed the application. Now you click File and open a script, and normally the only script here, stadiumserver.r, is what you need. You do Control R to select everything, Control R to send the command to the console, and now you see the application is open with the black window, which is the Python script, and the main tool window. Now we can click on Help to have more help displayed. Now I will show you how you can a simpler way to open the application. If you followed correctly the step of the installation, normally you generated a shortcut of your very first session. Now what we would do now is simply click on this shortcut of this saved session, and we type stadium underscore server with capitals at the beginning of each word and with brackets, like this, and we click enter, and this launch the application. Again, we see the black Python window, which is very important for the tool because it's what will take the screenshot once we are in the game. So now, briefly, I'm going to show you a brief overview of what you can do with the application. You have a help that gives you a bit more information about how the tool works, the possibility in terms of Stadium file you can use, everything. Okay, now we will start our game from the application. So we see the FIFA setting window. Okay, fine. And now we will add our first Stadium by clicking the Add button. And once you have this add window that pop up, you can either type the ID of the team for which you want to add the stadium, or search its ID by typing its name. Type the name. Here is the Lokomotiv Moscow we are trying to add the stadium for, and you can see the different names from the database that are placed. And okay, so now we get the ID of the Lokomotiv Moscow, and we now search for the stadium file we stored somewhere. And you have two options here. Either you can provide the path toward a zip file or a decompressed folder. It's up to you, but you will save space if you use zip file. So here we have our Lokomotiv Moscow stadium released by Kotiara a few times ago in zip format, and we just provide the direction toward it. This is optional. You can provide nationality, where the stadium, in what country is located the stadium, and then other comments. This is very useful once you have a lot of stadium to just update your stadium and things like that. So we can also choose the type of pitch mode pattern we want to have. Can use the default or select one among the one available here, and the same thing with the net color. Okay, so we go with this red net color, we click OK. So this save our stadium map file, and now we can see what we have in this stadium map file by clicking the delete button. This delete button allows you to delete the stadium, silent it, which means that the stadium server will not be able to read it. And if you selected it, you can simply reactivate it like this. Okay? And we see it's reactivated. We can update it, so by clicking by the line we want to update, and we see the different information we provided before, and if we want to change them, like if we want to update the link toward a new release stadium or something like that, it's possible. Very importantly, before going to our game, we click the Run button, and you should read that the small text in front of the picture should change from click to run Stadium Server toward Stadium Server is running, meaning we can now use our Stadium Server. So we launched our game, and now we start a game for with the Lokomotiv Moscow, the team we just added a stadium for. Okay, looking for the team, partner team, Spartak Moscow, a derby. This is perfect. Okay, so this is the kickoff hub window, and it's where you should press the two keys A and S together, and you hear this sound, this Mario sound that tells you that the stadium server read the screenshot you actually took, and this second Mario sound, famous Mario sound, tells you that the stadium is ready. So you see with this stadium it was very quick. So you can now start to click play the game to start your game. The trainers, that's nothing particular, it doesn't change. And now we start the game in the stadium we just added. The I can't tell the name, I'm sorry. The RZD Arena. RZD Arena, so the Lokomotiv Moscow Stadium. Okay, so we see the net are red, exactly like we asked to the server, and we can start our game. Okay. Fine. So this was an example with the stadium we just added. The thing is, the way my stadium server works is that the stadium you have already installed in your database, meaning that you didn't install them through by adding them through the stadium server, you need to repeat the same process. You have to press A and S to take a screenshot to provide the information to the stadium server to load the correct stadium. So here again with this Delta Vigo stadium, it was super quick. But it's very important that you every time before you start a game, at the kickoff hub, you press A and S to load the stadium. Otherwise, you will have the previous loaded stadium. Okay, so we see the validated stadium loaded correctly. Fine. Let's see something a bit different. Okay, let's add another stadium. This stadium is a bit more complicated. It's the Borussia Mönchengladbach stadium that was released recently by Nisolee. It's a beautiful stadium, and mostly what released Nisolee is new texture for the stadium. Okay, so we search for the Borussia Mönchengladbach, but it's sufficient. You see it's not coming at first, so you need to scroll a bit to find it and get the ID. And now we are looking for the ID of the stadium. Now we need also the ID of the stadium because part of the file we want to load are also already installed in the database, such as the crowd file and the glare file. Okay, so we need the two IDs. We need the team ID and also the stadium ID. And we look for park in capitals here. It's the way it's written in my database. So what we are looking here is the information from our database. We are okay. A brief look of what this zip file, the folder Nisolee released, contains. So we see it's essentially stadium file, including stadium models and texture and several. So we open it with pzip, navigate inside, and you see it's purely stadium file, specific stadium. Okay, so we need crowd files and glare files to have a full set of stadium files. That's why we need to provide both the team ID and the stadium ID. Actually, the stadium ID will be enough because as soon as you provide a stadium ID, a link is made between your stadium map, where you had your stadium with the stadium server application, and your database. Okay, so we provide the information again just for clarity later. I really advise you to at least provide the country where it's found the stadium. Okay, so now we added it to our stadium map. We can check it. You can either click update or delete to see it, and we see it's here. Fine, perfect. If we would like to update it with I don't know additional file, like whatever the file you want, because the stadium server allows you to read any RevMod type of stadium file, so specific net, specific goalpost, or things like this. Okay, so here what we do is simply we update the net column. Okay, And now, very importantly, if you add a stadium, you need to click run again. Each time you click another button from the application, you click run. You need to click run to have the stadium server ready to take your screenshot, to load your screenshot once you're in game. So let's do like we start a new career with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Okay, moving toward it. And we jump a bit and we start our first game at the Borussia Park Stadium. We press A and S together. Okay, this one tells us the stadium server has recognized the screenshot, and we can now take care of our team. Okay, we are waiting for the second Mario sound to tell us the stadium is ready to start the game. Okay. And as you've seen here, there is many quite easy files, stadium texture files, so it takes a bit longer to load. Okay, but we can go, I don't know, to game settings or whatever. You can do whatever you want. And now we hear this Mario sound, and we can start our game by clicking play match. So it's easy file, so it takes a bit of time to process, even for the game to load them. Okay. So here it is. It's our Borussia Park Stadium correctly loaded. So texture and stadium file are loaded from the zip file, and crowd file and the glare file are loaded from the from your game. Actually, not precisely your game, because in the case of this stadium, the files are normally in the big files, and it's why we needed to provide this big folder called the stab source file zip, where we have all the stadium files of the default game that are extracted, and so our application can access to this file. Okay, so we have seen with this beautiful stadium. Let's try something different now. Let's say for our next game we want to load any particular stadium from either our game database already installed in our game, or from our stadium map file. Okay, we go for Maracana, so the next game is played at Augsburg, and we try this funny thing to play at Maracana. So we type in the stadium name and we get results. You see we have different Maracana here. Okay, let's select the one that is linked to the Brazilian national team. And again, here we only hear the second sound that tells us our stadium is ready to play in it. I click to run for the next time. The next time we want to use we want to take a screenshot and load the screenshot. The application is ready. Okay. But for now, we loaded the stadium simply by searching it in our database. Okay, and we managed to load our Maracana stadium. So this can be useful if you want to play a final in a particular stadium. Imagine you qualify for the final of the Champions League, and you see that the stadium is one you don't really like and doesn't fit what could be a good final stadium. But then you simply go to the application and load the stadium you want, and it can be also a funny one, like I don't know, the Stadium Azteca. Why not? Okay. So this was one case, and now we played our game at the Augsburg, at the Maracana, funny game, and now we just simply continue our career, and we load our home stadium pressing A and S, and we wait again for the confirmation that the stadium is loaded to start our game. So the time really depends on the size of the file and how many files. Here we have several specific stadium files for different competitions, so it takes a bit long time, but it's worth it because the quality is simply amazing. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. You can ask for any help at evoweb.com or soccergaming.com. Bye!